is so high. If you don't know how to fly, aim pleasure to make you fly. Sky is so high. If you don't know how to fly, aim pleasure to make you fly. Here we go.
Yes. What is personality? Not till there. Yeah. Okay. Thanks.
Rise over the sky. Set your standards high.
Yeah. Okay. Done. So good afternoon, everybody again. And today we'll be doing PD, the short form for personality development. Okay. What is personality development? What is personality? Basically, we start with that. So it says personality is made up of the characteristics, patterns of thoughts, feelings, and behavior that make a person unique. Personality originates within the individual and remains fairly consistent throughout life. So basically, what personality is, it's a build-up of your actions, your thoughts, and your behavior. Personality has two things. One is it's hereditary. Certain things are hereditary, and certain things are what we learn in our life from our experiences, whether they are personal experiences with your family at home, whatever you learn and you see every day, that makes you a good person. Basically, when we say personality, what we tend to think it's only a well-dressed person with a good physique, and we think, oh, what a personality. The minute that person opens his mouth to talk, we realize, no, he's not that good at talking. He's not. So it has to be an overall package. It can't be only looks. Looks, yes. First thing, because your first impression has to be looks. Not good looks, well groomed, basically. And then we develop personalities as we learn. Now we can't learn. We have life, a short life in the sense, which goes very fast, right? We don't have time to learn everything. So we have to learn from not only our mistakes, but mistakes of others also. Because we don't have time to make all the mistakes ourselves and learn, make a mistake, learn, make a mistake, learn. But so with our mistakes we learn, yes. But with others' mistakes also we have to learn. We have to take what is good and leave what is bad. We have to see how we handle our day-to-day life and how we handle every situation. Any job that you get, whether it's ground staff, whether it's flying, especially in flying, when you have limited scope to go, you can't go out, you have limited means, there your personality will show how you will deal with people. Even on ground, you have to have a very strong personality. Now, how does that personality come? The whole module is on that. It's a little heavy module, but we'll go slowly. Okay. So, characteristics of personality psychologists are interested in unique characteristics of individuals, well as similarities among groups of people. Everybody is born with a different characteristic, different nature, but as we grow in age and as we age, we learn from that. When we joined the airline, we were also like you, fresh out of college, knew nothing. Over the years, we learned from our experiences how to talk, how to handle, how to groom yourself, and that is the most important, not only for your job, but all throughout your life. It's very important to know how to. Basically, it tells you how to be a positive person instead of a negative person. Everywhere you'll see nowadays people saying positivity rakho, except corona, sab positive hai, hona chahiye, right? So you have to be positive in life. So that is how we deal with it. So mainly, as I told you, personality has two. Personality is made up of two things. One is hereditary, what comes from the way you are born, where you are born, from where you grow, and what you are taught. Secondly is environment. Outside environment, whom you're mixing with. You're taking a little bit from your friends, from your colleagues, from movies, from media. You're learning everything. All that you're imbibing, you're evolving into a different person. Now this person that you are becoming has to be a nice person, not a bad person. So you have to take what is good. So basically it is personality is a build-up of thoughts. You can write what is personality. Personality is a build-up of thoughts, actions and behavior. That's in simple words. Personality is a build-up of thoughts, actions and behavior. Actions and behavior. Leave a line and write two main factors which influence personality are heredity, Heredity, heredity and environment. Third line you write PD, personality development short form. PD means basically enhancing and grooming one's inner and outer self to bring about a positive change to your life. A positive change to your life. So as I was saying, just being dressed and being able to speak good English is not necessarily good personality. Personality is overall made out of lot of factors which we will be going into. Can you give me one example? What do you think a good personality should have? Person with a good personality, what do you think you should be? Good communication skills, very important. Well groomed, very important. Anything else?
Proper physique.
Sorry, somebody said something. Physique, yes. But that's, okay, we'll take as for good physique. Okay.
Basically fitness, about fitness.
Yes, fitness, exactly.
Listening skill.
What skill?
Listening.
Listening skill, and my friend here wants to talk. You said smiling, and you said etiquettes, the most important manners, etiquettes. Yeah. Anything else? Helpful nature. Nature, yes, but helpful nature, which in one word says empathy. Don't mix it with sympathy. Sympathy is what you offer when somebody is dead or some problem. Empathy means kindness, caring for the next person. Yes. Anything else? Yes. You online people answer. Anything else you think would make a good personality? Somebody said good listener. Yes. Very important. We love to hear our own voice. We don't like to hear. Patience. Excellent. Patience. One more thing. We like to hear our own voice. We never listen to others, and we don't take action. Sometimes what happens is you have friends who are depressed because he's failed or whatever, and they want to talk, and you don't give him that much importance because you're too busy partying and having a good time. You hear a lot of cases where people go and commit suicide, and then you feel, oh, I wish I had listened to him. I wish I had talked to him. I had made him understand. There your personality counts. Communication, you should have talked. Listening, you should have listened. You should have had empathy to his problems. Not only your problem, other people's problems. So this is all that comes in. Anything else? Anything else you could think of? Online, come on, tell me something. Yes, decision making. You have to be a good, team leader. Decision making. Anything else you could?
Spontaneous.
Spontaneous, okay. Motivator. Body language, very important. Body language. Yeah. So we will go into everything little by little. Okay. So the first one you said was what was your Harshal? What did you say? Etiquettes. Social etiquettes. Very very important. Etiquettes are a set of rules. Manners are a set of rules that we have made in our society. So there's a difference between a beast and you. Yes, you. So there's a difference between an uncouth person and you. When you're an educated person, you realize how different. If you want to live in this society in a civil manner, you need etiquettes. Otherwise, you're going to be a gunda on the road. Nothing like that, right? You don't need etiquettes for that. You can just bash up anybody you like. Okay. So very important. So, especially in hospitality, most important. There is no sentence which does not start with a please and ends with a thank you. It has to. Sorry, please and thank you. 3 golden words. You have to say it. Etiquettes are different style that we learn over the years. You have eating etiquettes, you have talking etiquettes, manners, what you talk in front of elders, what you don't say, how you speak to youngsters, how you speak to elders, how you speak to you. You talk as friends, you say anything. Can you say the same thing to your parents? No. You draw a line there, right? So these are basically etiquettes that you have to learn. Good afternoon. No, thanks, darling. I'll ask for it. Yeah. You have in social etiquettes, when you go to a party or you go to a function, you have these etiquettes where you have to talk to people. You can't just take a drink and sit in the corner and say, "Acha, jisko baat karna hai, baat karne do, I will not talk." No, you have to mix, you have to talk. You have to know what is the conversation to talk in a party. If it's your friend's party, it's totally different. You can say what you like, right? Because there you have your own self. But when you're with somebody else, you make sure that the topic does not create a fight. 2 things leave out: religion and politics. Everybody has strong views on that, so let it go. Be polite at all times. Be polite as you would like people to be polite to you. We tend to be polite to a lot of people, but we don't. There's a human tendency not to be polite to somebody lower than us. You know, for example, somebody who takes your garbage in the morning, kachara in the morning, rickshaw wala, bus wala. Till date, I give the kachara and say, "Thank you, bhaiya." It's his job to take the kachara, it's my job to give the kachara, but no. You know that one word, "thank you," makes a lot of difference. He comes in the morning and says, "Good morning, madam," to me. Even he feels nice with a thank you. It doesn't cost you anything to say thank you to anybody, right? But that feeling, rickshaw wala, "Thank you, bhaiya," he doesn't. Believe me, out of 5, 3 will say, "Welcome, ma'am." They will say back. Yeah, so be very polite. It's very important to be polite. Half the fight is over when you're polite, if you just handle it properly. As I said, please, thank you, welcome. These are very common words. In communication, listen to people when they are talking to you. That we will come in listening also. We'll be doing a chapter in listening. We tend not to let people finish their sentence. Especially in India, I have noticed that before you can finish the sentence, somebody has started. "Arey nahi re, mere saath ye ho gaya." He has started. We don't let people finish. Let him finish. Then say what you want to say. Because we always feel our incident is the best incident. Hamare saath jo hua best hua. No, let it be. Also, listening gives you an idea. When you're quiet and listening, you observe more. You observe what kind of a person that other person is. You observe his mannerisms. You observe whether he is thoda bhadku or he is thoda thanda. You get to know. Behavior you get to know. So listening quietly does tend to, you learn a lot from that. So that should be one of your etiquettes, okay? Keep your conversation short. Don't make it a lamba history. Nobody likes to listen. After some time, their concentration goes away. So short and sweet it should be when you speak, also to the point, short and this. Okay, those are social etiquettes for you. Next point, what was the next point we said? That in communication skills, most important again is communication skills only. In communication skills, we said we have to be a good listener. Whenever you talk to a person, you have to make eye contact. Very important, you make eye contact. The very fact that you're not looking at the person is either you're lying or you're lagaving, you're telling lies, or you're not confident of what you're saying. A person who's confident will look at you in the eye and talk. If he's telling you the truth, he'll look at you in the eye and talk. So you need to speak to him. Eye contact is very, especially in the interviews. When they speak to you in the interviews, look at them in the eye. If you don't know the question, no problem. They don't expect you to know everything. They know you don't know. But they are seeing how you're answering. Just say, ma'am or sir, whoever is sitting in front, say, I'm sorry, I do not know the answer. Your honesty will be a good point for them. They will be impressed with your honesty. But don't try to tell lies, make a big story and tell them and all. No. Say no. I do not know the answer, because if you knew all the answers, you would be in my place. Simple. So same like you will be in the interviewer's place if you knew everything. You're not expected to know. But you're expected honesty and truthfulness. So be very honest, okay? Friendliness, smile, you said. Always you have to have a smile on your face when you say your good morning. If I say good morning, you will feel nice. If I say good morning, you will say, oh my God, she's got her in a bad mood today. Your face shows a lot of emotions, These are called non-verbal cues. Cues means signs, non-verbal signs. Your body language, you said body language, right? Body language, very important. Very important. Because from your face, they know whether you're interested, you're not interested, you're bored, your face gives away everything. If you're slouching, always erect, be attentive. Like a simple thing, when there is a fight on the road, you banged your car against her. Okay? Thok diya gaadi. Now, it's a mistake, nobody has done purposely. What happens generally, the person will get down and say, chal, nikal. Now what has his body language showed you? That he wants to have a fight. Aggressive. Aggression it has shown you. It has shown you that he wants to have a fight. Another person may get down and say, Arre Baba, kya kiya? That means okay. He is willing to come to a settlement. Calmness hai, thoda bahut to settlement karega. So this is the thing your body language shows without even talking. The minute that person gets out of the car, you're looking at him, you know he's going to fight or he's not going to fight. Correct? That is your body language. So your body language should not have aggressive gestures like this and that. Control your gestures and speak to them. The same thing can be said nicely. Okay, it's a mistake. Kya kare? You want to go to the cops? You want to pay for it? What should? Same thing can be said in a different way. So you have to learn to talk in a different way the same sentence. If I say, come here, and I say, please come here, there's a difference to the same word. Or even if I change my tone and I say, come here, and I said, come here, it's the same words. The tone is different. So the tone is very important. The minute you speak, and you speak loudly and harshly, the next person is going to get it. So we have to groom ourselves that way for any job and for our whole life. Let's take it that way. In whichever form, whichever country, whichever, it's very important. When you go to the bank here and you see, you'll be standing in the line, then you will go and give your checkbook, whatever. You'll have 3 heads from this side. Mera bhi karo, mera bhi karo, mera. Nobody waits. If you are abroad, you'll be told by that person, can I finish dealing with her? They will say like this, can we finish dealing with her? Please stand, please wait your turn. And nobody will do that because they feel they will stand behind you far away because they feel you should have your privacy to do your affairs, whatever you want. Nobody is over your shoulder, but here, ticket line, oh, now we can't educate all these people, but we can improve. Let us not do that. Let us not put a hand when some 5 people are standing in the line, they're standing for a purpose. You stand 6th. Don't try to overtake from the right, overtake from the left, go in. These are also etiquettes that we must learn. I follow every line and I get irritated with everybody who does this. And everyone does this. And my daughter says, oh my God, you started preaching again. I said, no, they have to learn that, I said, I'm standing in the line. I'm standing for the same thing that you are standing. But you have to go. So these things are very important. If you do that abroad, they insult you so badly. So we have to learn that we have to wait our turn. Let the next person finish. So these small things are very, very important. Tone, I said hand thumping. People to prove their point, they do this hand thumping again by pointing fingers. When you're talking to somebody, don't point fingers. It's considered you like if I want to say go to her, show your palm. Don't show go to her. Or say go to the lady in the jacket. Something you can say. But pointing fingers at anybody is bad. Okay? By the time you leave from here, you all should be a totally changed person. So even your girlfriend doesn't recognize you. Okay? Voice modulation. Again, one of the parts. Very important. Tone of your voice. Your voice should have a good tone. No harsh tones. Absolutely. Pause when talking. Normally, when you all read and when you all speak, you all don't pause. You just go to the meaning is lost. Where there's a comma, you're supposed to pause. There is a full stop, you're supposed to stop and breathe. That is why it is given there. And once you read in a line like a fast train, then nobody knows what you had said one line before. So stop, read, modulate. If you join the airline, you got to make announcements. Even on ground, you got to make announcements. You cannot make announcements when 1,000 people are listening to you. You got to make it very well. You got to change your voice and stop. Make sure that everybody is listening to it properly. So these are the things that you have to do for voice modulation. Okay, volume, speed, control your speed, control your depth, pause while speaking, and emphasis on certain words. You want to stress on certain words, then you have to stress. Like in the airline, they used to smoke first. Now, of course, it's no smoking all over the world, but we used to say, smoking is not allowed in the aircraft. So smoking is not allowed. You read like that, nobody knows. So we used to stress smoking is not allowed in the aircraft. Where you have to stress, you have to stress. Otherwise, you can leave it. Okay? Any other thing that you can think of? And online students, tell me any other thing. What are the points you have? We said manners, we said voice modulation. Have you I don't know how many of you watch Hindi movies. We'll take one big example of personality change. Shah Rukh Khan. See his initial movies, see the way he talks, and now see the way he talks. He's groomed himself 360 degrees. He's fantastic. He speaks fantastic. What a mastery he has over a command over English. They've all learned. He wasn't like that when he came. He was very bad. He used to speak very bad. Today he's so Amitabh Bachchan. You see how he speaks? See his initial movie. His command on English was always good, but see his English, he used to speak. And now he is realized, what do I have good? See, everybody in their life has, in their self has one good thing. Okay, I may have, say, a good figure. You may have a good voice. You may have good hair. You may have a good physique. Everybody. You have to make use of that. Amitabh Bachchan made use of two things, his height and his voice. See his voice when he speaks, when he says a poem, how he changes it. That is developing your personality. If you see his initial movies, very bad personality. Like this thin bugger walking like this. But see now, he's towering, he's made use of it. Shah Rukh Khan is not tall, but he speaks very well. What you don't have, cover it up. Cover it up. Don't have to say, Arey, he's so handsome, what will happen to me, she's so beautiful, look at me, I am fat, I'm tall, and cover it up. See what's your good point and bring it out. It doesn't matter, because then that part will not be looked at. Understand? If suppose say somebody doesn't have a good physique, but he speaks well, people will listen to him and forget about that physique for that time. They'll say, oh my God, what a way he speaks. That's it. So you have to cover up your flaws and build your personality that way. Okay? Yeah. Then anything else? Any other point you can think of? Online people, any other point you can think of to develop your personality? Tell me. We are just doing general. Tomorrow we'll be going through the modules, and today we are generally learning about PD. Okay? Anything you can think about? But don't be finished. Yes. Somebody said something. I can't hear you.
Having an opinion.
Having positivity.
Having an
I heard positive attitude.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, 100% positive attitude. They say nowadays everywhere that what you think very strongly happens. If you think positive things will happen. If you think negative things will happen. I also have started believing a little bit of that. We must be positive. Believe me, it makes a difference. Think positive. I don't say, I can't do this. This won't happen. Say, I can do it. It will happen. And it will happen. Even I feel like that now. So initially I used to think, oh, this all rubbish, but no. I have noticed over the years that when you think positive, it will happen. If you think negative all the time, all negative things are, मुझे मिलेगा ही नहीं job, मुझे ये नहीं मिलेगा, I can't do this. There should be no word in your dictionary saying, I can't do this. I can do everything if I try. I can drive, I can swim, I can study, I can do everything. If somebody else can do it, why not me? What is lacking? Nothing is lacking. It just has to come out. For that you need confidence. For confidence, most important. Anything you do with confidence makes a lot of difference. Even if you say 2 lines with confidence, people will say, Arey, she knows everything. So confidence building is very important for us. And for confidence is the thing that we need to build for a very good personality. Confident and positive thinking. Negative thinking will get you only negative things, so remove all negative thoughts from your head. Okay? Yes, online people, any more?
having an opinion.
Having an opinion, yes, but forcing an opinion on others, no. You can have an opinion, you can voice your opinion, and it's always nice to voice your opinion, even if you don't agree with the other person. You can say, I'm sorry, I don't agree with you, but this is my opinion. That's it, that's good. But do not say, like, if you're going on, say, do it my way. No, do not force opinions on anybody. Each one has an opinion. Respect the other's opinions just as they would respect your opinion, okay? When you want to build your confidence, there are certain things that you have to do. One is stay away from negativity, be positive, change your body language, change your image. Don't accept failure. Always say, I will get through, and you will get through. Any negative thoughts, somebody has failed. What happens is, sometimes we fail. And nowadays, children straight commit suicide. Yeah? I don't understand this at all, because that person is a very weak person. क्या हुआ, fail हुआ तो these are our stepping stones to success. You need a failure to go ahead. If you pass in everything, you will take everything for granted कि नहीं मैं तो pass होने वाला हूँ. No, you need one failure because that gives you a jolt to do better next time. Even when you go for interviews, please do not assume you are going to get it in the first round. जाने दो, you're told no, it's fine. Try harder for the next time. Don't get depressed and dejected. Try hard. Nobody gets it in the first one. Second airline will call you. Third, no problem. Just try. You gave it your best shot. That is it. So you don't have to get depressed. There are other things, bigger things in life. ये नहीं भी मिला तो you can get bigger things in life. Maybe God has destined something bigger. That's why you didn't get this. Think like that instead of thinking, oh my God, my life is ruined. I have to commit suicide. No. It's a very, very coward way of thinking. Yeah. So another thing what builds your confidence is knowledge. Knowledge. For that you have to read. You have to study, because study also gives you confidence. Once you're educated, that confidence is different. Read the papers. Please read. Be aware of what is happening, at least in your country, current affairs, or if not abroad. That's one of the questions also they ask you, have you read the paper today? What are the headlines they ask you? You don't need to know the whole gist. Even if you know the front page headlines, it's more than, that means you've opened the paper. They all want to know whether you've opened the newspaper or not. And make it a habit. Now you can get it online also, you don't have to buy. Make it a habit to read the newspaper every day. Not only your English will be good, you will know the current affairs as well. Okay. Another point in confidence is introduce yourself confidently. Whenever you introduce yourself, and make sure that you do it very confidently. Put your hand out and shake and say, I'm so and so. Like in your case, put your hand on and say, I'm Harshal so and so. Yeah, good morning, nice meeting you. It makes a difference. If it's a lady, don't put your hand out unless the lady puts her hand out. Okay, because in Indian culture, abroad it is okay, but in Indian culture, ladies don't like to shake hands. So in that case, let the lady put out her hand. But with the boys, you can say, hello, I'm so and so, and introduce yourself. Don't presume everybody knows you. Don't presume everybody knows. We don't know you. So you get up and introduce yourself, especially to a lady. Okay? Posture, again, very important, how your posture is there. If you're going to slouch as if Narendra Modi has given you a lot of work, then you're going to look like that. Okay? So no, we have walk straight, stand straight, don't fidget. Girls have a bad habit. Hair fidgeting, doing this, doing that, putting your curls this way. No. Once you have finished grooming, and the boys, have you seen this lately? Correct? Am I right? This way, putting your hair up like this. Once you have done this in your bathroom and your home, and you have left your home, stop doing this. It's okay if you're going out with friends and all. I'm saying for an interview point of view. Don't fidget with your hair, your earrings, your hands. Do not drum. Do not shake your legs. Because they are watching you. They are going to sit and they're going to make you walk from far to see how you walk. Never ever sit until you are asked to sit. Just because there's a chair, don't pull it and sit. You will be asked to sit. Please take a seat. You will be asked to sit. Please take a seat. If you want to sit, say may I. That's it. Not can I. May I. Say that. There's a difference between can I and may I. You can, but they will turn around and say you can, but you may not. Means I can sit on the chair, but you may not. May is asking for permission. So say may I and then sit down. Never ever sit till you are asked to sit. When you sit, make sure your legs, everything is straight. Don't do what you're doing now. This, don't do that. Don't shake your chair. Don't shake your legs. We have a bad habit of tapping and shaking and fingers. Those are all signs of nervousness. They're put down as signs of nervousness. So if you want to look confident, don't put shake your legs and show them you're nervous. Of course you will be nervous, but you don't have to show it. Correct? So All these finer points you have to know when you go for the interview. Um, Walking spine straight, neck straight, stomach in, stands tall. People who are tall are very lucky to get that height. So please stand tall. Don't slouch. Don't think, oh, I'm so tall. Yes. Don't slouch. You also. Hmm? What else is the next point that you would have? Can you think of anything else?
Don't copy anything, anyone.
Don't copy anybody. Yes. Don't imitate anybody. Be your own person. You find each one is made differently. Just because somebody is talking with an accent, you don't have to talk. You speak, be your natural self. But try to correct your accents, try to correct your pronunciations so that others understand you well. Okay? It has to be normal, this thing. But sometimes we, coming from different parts of India, we cannot help it. We have accents. Marathi will have, Gujarati will have, South Indian will have. Try and correct that. That will only come when you start reading every day loud. Look at yourself in a mirror and read one passage loud and see how you're reading. That will also help you in public speaking. If you're asked to, because when you go for the interview and they give you one topic and they said, okay, speak on so and so topic, how to start, suddenly how to speak. So read every day and see how you're speaking. Look in the mirror and just read. People, if you want, close your room and see. If you think people think you're mad, it doesn't matter. Let them think. Just read and see how you're speaking, how you're pausing, how you look. Okay? So that public speaking also gives you a lot of confidence. So public speaking also is one part of it. Motivation, somebody said motivate. You said motivate. Motivation, very good. If you feel somebody is not going ahead, shy, motivate people to go ahead, to help them. And motivate yourself also. No, I am going to do this, I am going to reach this target. This is this thing. This is my bus. In the next 5 years, I want to see myself. That is why they asked you the question, where do you see yourself next 5 years? I gave you that question, right? This is one of the questions to see whether you have any motivation in you to become something or no. So your answer will be, I see myself progressing in life and reaching a certain stage, right? That is your answer, okay? Mock sessions, as I told you, look in the mirror and read every day and talk and see how you look. Body language we did, public speaking, punctuality, be punctual, please. Be punctual, reach 10 minutes early, not 10 minutes late. Always. For the airline, it counts because they write down every minute that you come in, when you report, till you finish duty, every timing is written. So there everything is stabilized. So you have to be on time. You cannot afford to be 3 times, 4 times you are not on time, you'll be pulled up very badly. There is no question of being late. Start from home early, 15 minutes. You guys party at night and reach late to work? Not happening, okay? So get up early and go. Yeah. Teamwork. Teamwork also builds up your personality. How you learn to work as a team. Are you able to take other people's opinions? Are you able to take anybody's suggestions? That is important. Or just you want to hear your own. No, I want to work this way. If you're going to say, it's not going to help. Instead, it's better to get everybody and say, what do you think about it? How should we finish this work? How should we do it? That teamwork helps a lot. That teamwork, when you're good, you're going to be a team leader very soon. And then you're going to motivate the others to work in time and in short time. The same work which takes 10 hours, you have to motivate to do it in 8 hours. That is the thing, okay? Self-analysis. Analyze yourself, see where you go wrong, see what are your shortcomings, see where you need to pull up yourself. What you need to improve on, exactly. You feel English is not good, okay, speaking is not good, okay. There are people to help you. Online you have classes, you can do anything in your time. There are so many free classes online. You can just read and get to, you can go to different sites and get, wherever you need improvement, try and improve it. If you feel that you're not talking enough, try to make more friends. Talk and make more friends. Mix with people. Listen to their views. So that, and then analyze yourself and say, where am I going wrong? What do I need? Not going wrong, rather where I need to build up. And then you will build up there. Okay. Confidence ho gaya, posture ho gaya. We have finished most of the, in short, we have to start with listening later. So I'll give you a few points to write. Time management is what we are going to learn later. Time management, in short, I'll tell you. Time management also is the process of organizing and planning how to divide your time. You have 24 hours of your time. You have to decide how many hours you're going to put for study, how many you will sleep, how many you will spend with friends. You need recreation or whatever you're doing. You have to make a timetable as how many times you're going to, because you have to get yourself organized. Now it's a fun time for you all. You have to enjoy it. It's college time, never comes back again. But later on, you have to organize yourself also. Okay, at least 2 hours I'll give it for study. Can't have fun 24 hours. I can have fun 22 hours and 2 hours. Let me just concentrate on my life further also. Because all fun and no work is not going to give you a good... just a minute. Nargis? रोने की आवाज. So it's not going to, so you have to organize the time management for that. Good time management enables you to work smarter, not harder. You have to learn to work smart in today's day and age. Hard, yes, but more than that, smart. Hard-working person will go on working. You have to learn to do the same work in less time and work smarter. It's called working smarter, not harder. Get more done in less time. Time is tight, pressures are high. As you go to work, you know they tell you this time you have to finish this much, this time you have to. So for that, you have to finish so much of work. So deadlines are there in every job. Now it's getting more stressful for you guys than what we had. So deadlines you have to finish. For that you have to learn to get yourself organized, okay? And because when you don't finish you don't manage your time, you get stressed out. What happens? Whole year you play and fool and nice girlfriend, boyfriend, movies, everything. And 1 month before exam, you want to cram yourself in style. What have you done? You want to put whole year's work in 1 month. Now you're stressed. How will the paper go? What if I fail? What will my parents say? Whether I'll get beaten up? Whether this thing, all this stress comes and you make more mistakes in your tests. Only if you had divided that 1 month into couple of months, 2 hours every day, the stress at the end would have been less. So that is in life, okay? So your stress has to be less. So you have to work for that. When you follow time, work smart, your advancement in your job will be more. You will be noticed and you will get promotions faster. So you have to see that. Even as when we were working in the airline, we also made sure that we organized ourselves. Like it's a 7-hour flight, say from 9 hours we'll take from here to London. Seeing the time we have taken up from here, we have to plan when we'll do our breakfast, when we'll do our lunch, when we'll do our tea, coffee. We need 1 hour after takeoff and before landing to do our own paperwork, to eat ourselves also, to look after, to do whatever our work. So we have to wind up all work, say to 1 hour gone here, 1 hour gone here, we have 6 hours in hand out of say 8 hours. In 8 hours, how do we plan 3 services? How much time should we take for each services? How fast we should do that? All this comes handy. Same thing with your ground job also. Okay? What is the time? 3 o'clock. I'll give you all a 10 minutes break and then we'll come back. Conversation English conversation, let me tell you something. these days worldwide it has become a common language. So we have to learn that. We don't have a choice wherever we go. All over the world, that's the only language that's accepted. So you guys need to improve your English in whichever field you are. Whichever field you are, we cannot. And the only way is to practice, read and improve your grammar. Reading will help you most of it. Reading and speak. Even if you're wrong, speak. Don't feel shy. Nobody is going to laugh at you. Everybody makes mistakes. I too make mistakes. So everybody making mistakes. Nobody is going to laugh. But open your mouth and speak. I hope these online people are listening to me. You all are listening to me, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes,
See,
ma'am.
like from y'all, I get hardly 2 or 3 out of 28 people online. Only 3 people answer me. Janvi, Veena, a few people more, or one, 2 boys. You need to speak. Doesn't matter if you are wrong. It's okay. I'll correct you. But if you don't speak at all, I don't know whether you understand me. How are you going to improve? I'll correct you, but speak something. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
I'll be giving you all some notes now, so please copy it down because you don't have the PD or the PD is also PDF. So just the first question was what is personality? I'd already given you, and then I'd given 2. Okay. Or you can also write characteristics of personality. Both you can. Anything you can. Good personality requires. I'm giving it to you in simple words. The following. Number 1, communication skills. Number 2, etiquettes or manners. Etiquettes? Yeah. ETIQUETTES. Etiquettes or manners. Etiquettes means manners. Next, public speaking. Time management / punctuality. Time management / punctuality. Going into detail later. Body language / posture. Positive attitude and next positive thinking. Both positive. Positive attitude and positive thinking. Positive thinking. Good grooming. Self-analysis. ANALYSIS. Self-analysis. I gave you grooming, right? Confidence I gave you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Motivation. Teamwork. Leadership. Listening and observation skills. Arey, God bless you. Okay?
Ma'am, observation skills next, ma'am.
What did you write last?
Observation skill.
Listening and observation skills. Your voice is not clear today. Nobody's voice is clear. So, can you just fix this again? I can't hear them very well. Okay. Can you all hear me clearly?
Yes, ma'am, sure.
Okay. Yes, ma'am. Thank
Yes,
you.
ma'am.
Adaptability. You have to adapt to situations. ADAPTABILITY. Adaptability. Last, compassion and understanding. Compassion, COMPASSION, compassion and understanding. Into brackets write empathy, EMPATHY, understanding, and into brackets write empathy, EMPATHY. Where you have written grooming, just write a slash and write smile. Where you have written grooming, write slash smile. Smiling face, very important.
I'm gonna fly one day, sure I'm gonna fly one day, and it's gonna feel so right someday. I'm gonna fly one day, sure I'm gonna fly one day, and I'm gonna
Add one more. Taking responsibility for your actions. Taking responsibility for your actions. Okay. So this is in general. We will study a personality. We'll just go through this now. Case studies and all we won't do. How to win friends and influence people. Fundamental techniques. Don't criticize, condemn or complain. Nobody likes a person who complains non-stop. After some time, everybody will give up and say, okay, bas, he's a negative person. Stay away from negative people who all the time cry, not happy, depressed, because you tend to pick it up from them. So avoid people who complain. They don't see good in anything. So you have to learn to see good in something. Give honest and sincere appreciation. Just like sometimes you dress well and somebody says, hey, you're looking nice today. You feel so good that day. Whole day, that goodness stays with you. You feel happy. You do things happy. Same when somebody is with you, appreciate them also. They also feel good. Say, hey, you're looking nice today. You're looking handsome. What's with you? Looking bright. Something. Don't say negative. Oh, we in India love to say two things. A, tu mota ho gaya. A, tu patli ho gayi. I don't know why this is body shaming. It's called body shaming. We are not supposed. This is the worst thing you can say. If anybody is put on weight, that person must be trying very hard to lose. And the minute you say, okay, you put on weight, that person feels more dukhi. There's no need to say this. Our standard line has become, you put on weight, you lost weight. No, you don't need to say that. Just say, hi, how are you? How you been doing? Hey, nice to see you after a long time. Makes a lot of difference. So be genuine, be honest in other things, not in this. And sincere in your appreciation. If somebody has done something nice, tell them that you done. Arouse in the other person an eager want. Means try to make that person also like a happy or to do something in life instead of that. Okay? Can you put this up, Harshini? 6 ways to make people like you. Become genuinely interested in other people. When you talk to them, somebody's come with a problem, what happens? We listen for 5 minutes and then in our mind we are thinking, ye chup kab baithega. Our mind is already gone. But listen to the purpose. He may be wanting to say something. So don't think of yourself all the time, think of the other person also. Smile. Smile is, like I've told my earlier students, that when we joined Air India, on the first day, we were taken into there is this aircraft made. Okay, a fake aircraft. It's called a mock-up. That's what they call it, mock-up. So we were taken at a mock-up where our classes were there. And before we were taken at the mock-up, we were taken down. And there is a big board there. There's a big board and there is photograph of our hostess, who was a chief hostess at that time. Very, very beautiful lady. Even today, at 80, she is very beautiful. 6 foot tall. Her name is Colleen High. It comes in the paper sometimes. She was Air India's first senior most hostess. Just give me 2 minutes. Her photograph is there, and down there are 2 lines written by J.R.D. Tata, our father of aviation. The line says, they asked us to read that, and they said, by heart it and engrave it here in your hearts. This line should be there as long as you are in the airline industry. It says, you are never fully dressed until you wear a smile. J.R.D. Tata. It says that. How? It's just one line he has said. How true it is. So it says, you are never fully dressed until you wear a smile. Most important, smile. Once you go, people have enough of problems of their own. They don't want your problems. They want a smiling face to see in the aircraft, in that your duty. They just want a pleasant face. Yes, I understand we are human beings. We have problems at home. We take up problems to work. We can't forget them. Sometimes we used to go on flight. Our children would be sick at home. We had to leave the kids and go for 8 days. I knew my child is having fever, but I have to go. I knew I have problems. Somebody is not well at home and I have to go. I cannot show it there because he will not understand. He has his own problems also. I still have to put a smile and go. So these are tough times for us, but this is part of our job. You can't do anything about it. Okay? So smile is the most important thing. Remember that a person's name is to that person the sweetest and the most important sound in any language. Try to call people by their names because that's the best word for them to be remembered by your name. Even when passengers come and we take their boarding card and we say, I can take the boarding card and I can say, welcome sir. But in one glance I've seen his name is Sharma and I say, welcome Mr. Sharma. He is so happy. You know my name also. You've taken the effort to read my name. So that makes a lot of difference. Be a good listener. Encourage others to talk about themselves. Don't talk about yourself all the time. Listen to other people also. Talk in terms of the other person's interest. When you're speaking to somebody socially, make sure that that person also interested in that topic. He may not want to talk about that topic and you may go blah, blah, blah. So, make sure that your conversation brings everybody together. Somebody is sitting in the corner, draw him also. Say, what do you think? Take people together. Make the other person feel important and do it sincerely. Win people to your way of thinking. The best way to start the only way to get the best of an argument is to avoid it. Best way is to divert the topic. You feel somebody is getting aggressive, now abhi jhagda hone wala hai, might as well divert the topic. Okay. Show respect for other people's opinions. Never say you're wrong. Say you're right, but this is my opinion. But you don't say he's wrong. You already said it in a different way. You're right, but this is I don't think so. It's my opinion is this. Okay. If you're wrong, admit it quickly, emphatically, say I'm sorry. Take responsibility for your actions. Begin in a friendly way. Get the other person saying yes immediately. Let the other person do a great deal of talking. Means let him only not say yes, let him also talk. Let the person feel that the idea is his or hers when you're talking. Try honestly to see things from a person's point of view. Many people just look at your own point of view. No harm in asking what's your opinion, because sometimes you may realize that you have not looked at it from that angle. You have thought of it from your angle. He's thought of it from that angle. Maybe his angle is better than yours. So you may not have thought so. Listen to others also. Okay. How do you do this? Okay. Be sympathetic with others' ideas and desires. Don't laugh at people. Very important. When you are in a group, you want to have fun, please make jokes. People like funny people who make jokes and who are lively, and instead of one Rotadu, they all like lively person. Yes, there's a difference between having fun and making fun. Don't make fun of people. You may just say it casually, it may hurt the person, he'll remember it all his life. Don't make fun of people. Don't tease one particular person who's shy or who's this thing. Ye dekhiye kaisa hai. You know, we children tend to do it. Don't do that. Have fun in general, which does not hurt anybody. Have fun about a third topic, not get personal with anybody, okay? Appeal to nobler motives, means whosever motives are noble, please appeal to them. No, why this is coming. Dramatize your ideas, okay, that we'll let it go. Throw in a challenge, okay. Be a leader, how to change people without giving offense or arousing resentment. A leader's job includes changing people's attitudes and behavior. Some suggestions: begin with praise and honest appreciation. I already told you that learn to give praise and honest appreciation. Call attention to people's mistakes indirectly. When you want to correct somebody, mistake somebody, don't do it in public openly. When I was on flight as a supervisor and the cabin in charge, if I had to correct somebody, I had to take them in the galley separately and tell them where they're going. I did not fire them in front of the whole crew. It becomes an insult to that person. You can correct him. There's a way of correcting. Tell him you're done wrong. I didn't like this, but correct this part of it. And then send him away. Whoever's in the galley has to tell them, leave the galley, I need to speak to him. And then speak to him. So don't make it a tamasha for everybody, but correct the person properly. Take him aside and correct him. Ask questions instead of giving direct orders. Ask that, would you like to do it this way? They'll understand it, sir. Let the other person say, okay, praise the slightest improvement, praise every improvement, hearty and lavish in your praise. Just praise what they mean is. Give others a fine reputation, use encouragement, make that, okay, these are all part of it only, okay? Can you, go ahead, just tell me when it's 4 o'clock, huh? Yeah. Maybe just starting with Module 1 is telling you about listening, observations and communication skills. I'll give you some points which are mine and some there. So write it down in short. We won't go lengthy, we'll go short, okay? So just write first listening skills. Okay, before you write. Good listening makes workers more productive. The ability to listen will allow you to first understand, then write when I can. Better understand assignments and what is expected. Once you listen, you will understand what is expected of you to do. Build rapport with co-workers, boss and clients. It's not rapport, it's rapport. Means a good relationship, okay? Show support, work better in an environment, resolve problems with customers, co-workers, bosses, answers questions, find underlying meanings in what others say, what they're trying to say, understand the meaning. Okay, so we'll write in short. Number 1, better understanding of assignments. You can copy it from there. Better understanding on assignments. Supriya, you can copy from there also.
Ma'am, can you repeat once again?
See on the screen, Veena. First, just write better understanding of assignments. Second is good rapport with co-workers, bosses, clients. See the second line. Can you see the screen?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Third is show support. You write that because you're showing support to people whom you're listening to. Write till answer questions. Sorry, write till underlying meanings. Write all those. Then I'll give you more. Got it? Finish? Let me know when you are done. Find the underlying meaning. Then what others? Builds trust. builds trust. Next one, strengthens your patience. Strengthens your patience. Strengthen spelling you want? S-T-R, your patience. S-T-R-E-N-G-H-T-E-N-S. Strengthens your patience. Next, increases knowledge and competence. Increases knowledge and competence. C-O-M-P-E-T-E-N-C-E. Huh? Increases your knowledge and competence. Means you become more better to deal with competence. Next, saves time and energy. And last, broadens your perspective. You start thinking of other viewpoints also. Broadens your perspectives. You can cut out that window, Harshal. Sorry, give me the mouse if it's troubling. Give it here. I'll do it. Okay. Stages of listening process. All the 5, 6 you write it as it is. I'll explain to you stages of listening process. First is hearing. Just listen to me for a minute. There are 6 stages of listening process. How? First is hearing. You listen to what is being said. Listen attentively. When you're hearing, you focus on the message. Try to understand what that person is saying. Then comes comprehending and interpreting, means understand. First focus, then you understand. Comprehending means understanding, and you interpret it your way. I have told you a problem, you're focusing on the problem, then you have understood my problem and you've interpreted it whether it's right or wrong. You got this. I'll give you an example. I come and tell you, oh, my boyfriend left me yesterday. Okay. So he's gone and he did this and he did that to me. Now you're focusing, what the boyfriend has done. Now you understood. Somewhere in your mind you feel, not only the boyfriend, even she was wrong. That's your interpretation. I am telling you that he was wrong 24/7. This is my interpretation. Your interpretation, you will feel, no, iska bhi thoda galti tha. Not only, that's your interpretation. Okay? Then you will respond. You will tell her, okay, this is what I feel. And then you will analyze it saying that this is what I feel about it. So that is your process of stages. So responding and then remembering. You are going to remember what is told to you. Okay? So this is your hearing, focusing, comprehending and interpreting, and analyzing and evaluating at the same time. When you analyze it and you decide what was actually wrong. That was. Then responding and remembering. Got it? So these 6 points, write it down. If they ask you what are the stages of listening process, you can write this. When you work, it's a different thing. Your boss has given you a message. He has told you how to work. First you will hear. You will focus on the message that he's told you how he wants it done. You understood, comprehending, interpreting. Now, when you analyze it, he's told you this is the way I want this done. You analyzed it. Sometimes you are analyzing and evaluating. You already may have an idea how it should be done. You may think he is not right. I think if it was done like that, it would have been better, the work. Right? So that evaluating can impair your judgment. So listen properly to what his idea is. Okay? Responding is your feedback. Generally what feedback you give to the person or to that. I did it this way. This was a thing. How it could be done better. You can give your points. No, not this way. Let us do it this way. And last, remembering everything in work is remembering begins with listening, and whether you have listened properly, you have taken correct instructions from everybody. Now this is very important when you have an emergency. If there's an emergency on board tomorrow, You will have to follow the captain's instructions. Captain's instructions will be with, suppose he says, I'm going in for ditching, meaning I'm going to land on water. He will brief the cabin in charge and he'll say, brief your crew. That's it. He will not sit and brief the whole thing. Now I have already studied, and you have already studied what, say you are my crew. We have already studied emergencies, what we are supposed to do in ditching. Now when I give you instructions, you have to listen carefully and you have to be very precise when I'm listening. And then you will evaluate it. You'll think it's not, I can do it this way, but your instructions are different. You're supposed to do it in God. And then what will happen is you'll sit and you'll remember all what you have been taught and all what you have been instructed and do it that way to see that the emergency is over. So listening is very, very, suppose you listen to my instructions wrong, we are going to have a disaster. Correct? We are going to have a major disaster. We are going to lose lives. So it's very important that you listen to those instructions very, very. For that you need to focus, which is why they teach you this. It's very, very important. Okay? Yeah. Now don't write, we'll wait. How to listen well. Following tips will help you listen well. Doing things will demonstrate to the speaker that you're paying attention. While in fact you may be able to listen while looking down on the floor, doing so may imply that you're not. There are many people when you're giving instructions, you look here, there and then they are listening, but they're very important you maintain eye contact. So even I know that you're listening. Today if you live in this, like there are some people who put mobile here, I know they're not listening. I know their mobile is down. I know from their actions, from their eyes, how many people are with me and how many people are not with me. Right? So very important, maintain eye contact. Don't interrupt the speaker, because when the speaker is speaking, his thought process is going on. Like when I'm teaching you, I know what to speak where. Suddenly you interrupt me, my whole link goes. That is important. That's why this is. Sit still, nod your head once in a way to know that you're with me. At least I know you're not sleeping when you nod your head. You can't lean towards the speaker. So like you're listening, your body language, you're leaning to listen. Repeat instructions and ask appropriate questions when the speaker has finished. So at least the speaker will get an idea that you're getting something. Exactly. A good listener knows that being attentive to what the speaker doesn't say is as important as being attentive to what he does say. Look for non-verbal cues. This I was trying to tell you, non-verbal expressions, or like expressions and posture. This non-verbal gives you a lot of, it tells you a lot about the person. Whether that person is interested in your talk, is not interested, his mind is everywhere. Looking at each one's face, I know how many are listening, how many mind are somewhere else. Eyes are where. Sometimes when a nice girl walks in, then everybody goes like this, like this. See, all that, no? So that way. So non-verbal cues, very important. Okay. Barriers to listening. Now, what are the barriers for listening? Barriers. Beware of following things when they get in the bias or prejudice. Sometimes you're biased about a person, you don't like a person. You're biased about his views. So you've already in your head decided that this person and my views are not going to be same. I don't like this person. So whatever he says, she says, you're not going to agree with it. You're not going to listen to him only. Because he'll say, sunna nahi hai. So you've already made up your mind. That's it. Some barriers are sometimes you cannot understand the language differences or the accents. Like in India we have diverse accents, abroad also you have diverse accents. Americans speak in a different way, British speak in a different way, Spanish, Italians all have their own little bit of accents. When you fly, you will learn all the accents. Japanese, this Chinese, very different. You learn all the accents, but till for now, it is difficult for you to understand. Once you fly regularly, and how will you know these accents? By listening. 24/7 by listening to them, you will also get the accent, you will also learn to talk. So, You know, it's a very funny thing. In Delhi, if you go to Delhi, I don't know, there's a very famous shopping area called Palika Bazaar and Janpat. I'm sure Delhi walas, if they're listening to me, they know. Every shopkeeper there, uneducated shopkeeper, speaks fluent Russian. Fluent Russian. They talk to, why? Every day they are getting Russian customers, they're speaking to them. See, they're making an effort to speak, to sell their goods. They're making an effort to speak Russian. They have learned fluent Russian. They talk as if we are talking Hindi. Yeah. Each and every shopkeeper, mind you. You can go any time and ask him, आपको Russian आता है? He'll tell you, madam, कुछ भी बोलो Russian में. Fluent. It's just listening. He is not educated. He is not read. Just listening. So very important. Okay. Noise. Because of noise, you may not be able to listen. That could be a barrier. Worry, fear, or anger. If you're very angry, you don't listen to people. You're scared. You don't listen. If you're worried about something in your head, you will not be listening. The mind is out. Lack of attention span. Some people's lack of attention span is very little. 2 घंटे में बोर्ड हो जाता है. Like we have Vivek who asked me first only कि lecture कब खत्म हो जाएगा. वो आते ही वो मेरे को सवाल पूछता है, 2 घंटे का है मैम, 3 घंटे का है. So it is like that. Lack of attention span is very less for him. So that is the thing. Okay, where are we? What time are we? Your listening starts very, very early, between 3 to 5, when you are a child. Those are your most formative years. You're too young for all that now, but when you have children, you can remember my words. Those are the formative words. Whatever you teach your child during that period remains lifelong. So it's very, very important, like this bacha, before the age of 5, correctly, once he's crossed that 5, his ideas come in. He stops listening. So very important, formative. So also, if you have children and you know what it's to feel like you're talking to a wall, children have an uncanny ability to appear. They have this ability. They can play and they can still hear. They will be listening. So you will think, "Bacha khel raha hai," but his ears are all towards your talk, and he's going to pick up that talk one day. Okay. So while actually they are listening to you while actually paying no attention. Without looking at you, they can listen to you. While this is something that may pass with age, it is important to help children develop good listening skills. They will do better in school and keep your sanity. So when you tell your child something, ask him to repeat instructions. You see, when you're a child, you have to ask them to repeat. Maintain eye contact when you're talking to him so that when he grows up, he maintains that eye contact. Many of us may have not been taught that when we were in school, which is why we don't do it today. Read out loud. Engage in conversation what you have read. Always, even now, those who are lack in English, read out loud and read every day. You will make mistakes, you will always get over the mistake. Engage, okay, this we don't need to see. Okay, what's the time, Harshal? 3:54, okay. Then I'll wind up, I won't take this. This they have, okay, just 5 minutes more give. Tip number 1, speak clearly. They have given you last week, my husband and I went to the grocery store. The cashier who rang up our order was a high school student. Probably somewhere between the age of 16 and 18. He had longish hair and several piercings. Kaan pierce hota hai na वैसे. Not unusual for today's teens and adults and certainly not off-putting. What we found annoying was that he mumbled, not clear in his speech. You never mumble, it should be clear. We couldn't understand a word of what he said. Our response to everything he said was what? We kept on. Keeping in mind that my husband and I have good hearing, it's possible that the same can't be said to other customers. Everybody may not have a good hearing. So he was mumbling, speaking in your mouth, not clear. Yeah. Since the grocery store is located next to 2 retirement communities. So the grocery store was near the old age home. Now old age home, half the people are with the machines, cannot hear. So if you are going to mumble, they are going to keep asking you what. So many teenagers in the store were senior citizens, many customers in the store were senior citizens. Not all senior citizens are having problems, but many do. Not all teenagers mumble when they speak, but many do. If you want, you can mumble. No, if you want, mumbling is not correct. Be clear in your speech. If you just speak in your mouth, it's very difficult for somebody to understand you. So they've given you these kind of tips. We can go into it tomorrow. Since it's already 4 o'clock, I'll wind up for the day. And just remind me, we start from tip 2 tomorrow. Okay? Online students, all okay? Anything, any questions?
Okay.
Any questions?
No.
Rise over the sky. Here we go. Set your standards high. Here we go. Hold your heads high. Here we go. Here we go. Sky is so high. Here we go. Don't know how to fly. Here we go. Aim for this year to make you fly. I'm gonna fly one day. Sure, I'm gonna fly one day. And it's gonna feel so right someday. I'm gonna